On today's special edition of You Asked, the Editor's Cut, we ran down each of our editors and put them on the spot to find out what they thought was the most impressive thing they saw at this year's show. Let's find out what they had to say. Welcome back, everyone. I'm Caleb Dennison, and a little bit of a different kind of You Asked Editor's Cut episode. We've been running all over the place. And when I say we ran down our editors, I mean Chris ran down each of our editors and put them on the spot to find out what they thought was the most impressive thing they saw at the show. It's the most popular question here among journalists. What's the neatest thing that you saw at the show? And you know, the answer is always really difficult because we see a lot of great things. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and leave my personal pick for the end of the video, so stick around for that. So let's start then with John Higgins, our AV editor, and see what he was most impressed by.
Hi, I'm John Higgins, and there's been some really cool TV tech that we've seen so far at CES, but the thing I'm excited about the most is the new Panasonic Z95B. And the reason is because instead of the regular OLED display structure that we've seen the past few years with MLA technology, this is a 4-layer panel structure. So we're getting individual red, green, and then 2 blue layers for the emissive light. So what we're going to get from this is a higher brightness without the MLA technology that we've seen in the G series from LG in the past, as well as more color purity. It's just a more efficient way of getting the light and the color out to our eyes, and it's going to be the next step in OLED panel technology, and I'm very excited about it. It's especially cool because it was feeling as though we were reaching the limits of the brightness that we could get with MLA, and now putting that aside and changing the panel structure, we have new heights that we're going to be able to see as far as brightness, which is going to better compete with QD OLED that we've seen for the past couple years.
So the coolest thing I've seen at CES 2025 for mobile tech is the Belkin Stage Power Grip. It looks like a DSLR digital camera grip that attaches to your iPhone via MagSafe on the back, and it adds a physical camera capture button, and it looks and feels really cool. But it also adds some neat functionality to it with a 10,000 milliamp hour battery pack inside of it, so it's wirelessly charging your iPhone while there's the camera grip on it. And there's even an integrated USB-C cable so you can charge other devices if you want to as well. It's a weird, funky device, but it's also really practical, and Belkin says it should be under 80 bucks. I can't wait to get my hands on it again.
Hey, I'm Nick Moke. I'm the editor-in-chief of Digital Trends, and the coolest thing I've seen at CES so far is the Honda Zero Series Saloon concept. Now, I try not to get too excited about concepts at CES. We see a ton of concept cars. A lot of them never come to fruition, but Honda is promising that this thing is actually going to come out in late 2026. It's this very sleek wedge-shaped car. It looks super futuristic. It kind of looks like something from like Cyberpunk 2077 or Blade Runner. Very cool look, but that's not all that's great about it. It's actually going to have level 3 autonomy when it comes out, which is a step above the level 2 that you can currently get in a Tesla with full self-driving. Level 3 means truly eyes off. You can sit behind the wheel and turn to the person next to you, talk, have a conversation, watch a movie. And that's enabled by a lot of sensors and processing power that Honda has packed into this thing. And it's really going to, I think, clean the floor with Tesla's autonomy when it comes out in 2026.
I'm Simon Cohen, contributing editor AV for Digital Trends, and one of the coolest things that I saw at CES 2025 was the OLED OStation X. It's a recharging station for AA rechargeable batteries. One of the coolest things about it is you can load up a bunch of AA rechargeable batteries in the top, and the station charges 4 at a time and then deposits the freshly charged batteries into the bottom. It doesn't even matter which way they're facing, and the OStation X automatically tests them and recharges them to 100% of their capacity, up to 4 at a time. The fully charged cells then get dropped into the bottom hopper, which can hold up to 32 batteries. And if you ever accidentally throw an alkaline battery in the top or a rechargeable that can't be charged, the OStation X is smart enough to detect them, and it rejects them into a special tray. The whole thing is powered by USB-C, and there's even a mobile app that will show you the status of currently charging cells. Since the device can get a bit noisy when you're in fast charging mode, you can also set a schedule so that charging only takes place when it won't disturb you. But clearly the best part is that you'll always have a supply of fully charged batteries ready to go when you need them, making disposable batteries truly unnecessary. If you like the idea, you won't have to wait long. The O Station X is $120 and will start shipping in February. And by the way, OLED has already started work on a AAA version in case you need one of those too.
All right, so most exciting tech of CES I've seen, for me, it would have to go to the Lenovo Legion Go S. It's basically a stripped down version of the Lenovo Legion Go, more traditional handheld form factor, no detachable controllers or anything like that. Handheld's great, but the big deal for me is that it is officially licensed by Valve to use SteamOS. SteamOS has only been on the Steam Deck up to this point. I love SteamOS. I love playing on my Steam Deck. Seeing it on other handhelds is great, especially with handhelds that have more powerful chips in them. But really, this is the first step in SteamOS being more broadly adopted in PC gaming in general. There are a lot of issues with Windows and some of the alternative operating systems right now. So seeing Valve kind of take that first step in making SteamOS more broadly available is really exciting to me as a PC gamer, because I love that experience. I think it's a lot more convenient than what most PC gamers have today.
Hi, my name is Patrick Kern with Digital Trends. I cover smart home technology, and the coolest thing I've seen at CES 2025 is by far Roborock's new Ceros series of robot vacuums. Not only do they build on innovations from previous generations, but they introduce something I have never seen in a robot vacuum, which is an extendable arm that comes out of the top of it and can pick up small obstacles. It means that you don't have to do as much prep work before you run the vacuum. It makes it more convenient. As of now, it can only pick up items up to 300 grams and is usually limited to things like socks, small toys, small towels, but there's hope for it to develop further in the future. The flagship model is the Ceros Z70, and the arm is called the OmniGrip. It's able to move both horizontally and vertically, and once it picks up an item, it will take it to a predetermined location and drop it off. The Roborock Ceros series is one of the more revolutionary pieces of technology I've ever seen in terms of robot vacuums. Pricing and availability is not clear yet. Roborock was a little fuzzy on those points, but it should be sometime in 2025. But until then, I'm looking forward to getting my hands on possibly the coolest little robot I've seen in a long time.
So it is the end of the week. We're literally at the airport. We're about to head home from CES. I'm exhausted, but what is the best thing that I saw at CES this week? In my space, I saw a lot of monitors, laptops, gaming laptops, stuff like that. But the one that has stuck with me, it's more of a personal one. I got to see this pair of smart glasses. They're called Solid Vision, totally a prototype. But this is the kind of thing CES is for. And so this pair of smart glasses, you put them on, they have cameras pointing out and pointing in, and they use a display on the glasses. And the amazing thing that these glasses can do is actually recover sight from extremely low vision people. So if you have AMD, macular degeneration, or some other low vision condition, these glasses can actually correct and bring back vision entirely. And it's an amazing new piece of technology that's still in early development, but there's low vision in my family, so I went to CES wanting to find this thing and see if it really worked. And I got to try them on and see through the prism that it creates. And it really is a cool piece of technology that I hope turns into a real product really soon.
All right, I guess it's time for me to fess up with my own pick. And I gotta be honest with you, I was tempted to pick the same thing John did. The Z95B and the OLED TV technology that goes into that thing was very exciting and very impressive. But I think the thing that got me juiced up the most here at the show was Hisense's new Trichroma mini LED TV. Now, Trichroma just means 3-color, or in this case, RGB. But the tech going on there is kind of mind-blowing. So you may have seen, and if you didn't, you're gonna see it now, how this works. So instead of using a white backlight and then using quantum dots and a color filter in order to extrapolate the color from that pure white light, they're now using an RGB red, green, and blue mini LED structure behind a lens to create more pure color. And it's amazing how well it works. Like, the color brightness on this TV is out of this world. Like, you can see it as soon as you walk up onto it. But the thing that is really bending my mind here is the processing power that this thing has to have. Because it's one thing to just shine a white light and then have the processing handle the color filtration process. But to have the color filtration process in sync with varying different kinds of colors, like I just don't even understand how that works. So super impressed by what Hisense had to pull off there. So that is our list for this week. You guys, we have had so much fun here at CES 2025, digging into all the different technology and finding the gems and bringing it straight to you here. I hope you have enjoyed our coverage over the course of this period of time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell so you don't miss any of our videos. I'll see you on the next one, and until then, here's 2 other videos I think you might like. Woo, that was a good one. I got people to turn around with that.